Hi, my crafty friends. It's Ronnie. Yeah. Long time since I've done a video. I have done some scrapping, not a whole lot, and I have watched some videos, but not a whole lot. Mostly I've watched them on my Google Chrome, and unfortunately I am not technically inclined. Yeah, and for some reason I can't connect my personal YouTube account with the Google Chrome. So if I do have left a comment, it's because I was actually watching it on Explorer, Internet Explorer. But hopefully I can figure that out sooner or later, where I can leave more messages. But right now I am doing a challenge. Yeah, a challenge with Craftymeggy here on YouTube, Megan, and also Jennifer Cambridge. And she's on YouTube also. And I'll leave links below to both of their channels. And our challenge today is wood veneers. I got a hold of both of them, ask them if they would be interested in doing a challenge. And we had one planned in January for wood veneers. And so Megan asked if we could do it. And I said, sure. And originally with this challenge, I planned on using a different picture. If I'd been able to do it last week, I would have used a different picture. But this week, I'm using this one, and when I got to looking at it, I was thinking I'd like more words on there, because she has her arms kind of thrown out, and I thought, well, throwing out thoughts and in her mind, and, well, it probably don't make sense to y'all, but it did to me. Anyway, I had gone to Hobby Lobby, and they had some wood veneer on clearance, and it's called Wood FX, and of course, I didn't have this stuff laid properly. I didn't plan ahead because it's been so long since I did a video. I just piled it all on my table. And it says it's stainable and printable. Well, of course, I'm thinking, is it die cuttable? And so I bought it, and that was it. I hadn't done anything with it because, like I said, I haven't hardly scrapbooked. And so I decided to get out my big shot and try it. And so I made quite a few words, and it worked great. The ones that I've had trouble with on the cardstock, I did have trouble with on this. Like I said, it's not any thicker than the cardstock, so I had the same amount of trouble. The ones that I had to put a shim with and run through a few times with the cardstock, I still had to do it with the wood veneer. So it worked out about the same, and they turned out great. And this is the things I planned on using. I didn't use everything that's on here. And the paper that I'm using for the background is Victoria Garden, and it's by Echo Park. But the papers that I use for layering is scraps from #summer. And they go pretty good together. And I wanted this for the background because it had like swirls of white paint on it. And I thought it'd look pretty good for what I had planned. And I almost sprayed that Heidi Swap spray. And then I realized I had to plan to use these cardstock die cuts in the background. And I'm going to put them on there, and then I'm going to spray, and then I'm going to pull them off. And I had it planned on putting the wood veneers like right above them and to the left and have it kind of like a shadow. But I got to do the layout and forgot all about my plans. So I didn't even get all the words in the same place. So my original plan didn't work out because I forgot. Yeah. Getting old here. But I do love Heidi Swap. I'm using the teal and the gold. I don't care too much for the white, so if any of y'all know of a white that sprays white and sprays good and looks white on whatever you use it on, leave a comment below and let me know what you use, because the white I bought that was Heidi Swap, it barely sprays. I mean, no matter how much I shake it up, it barely sprays on there, and it looks like just a little sheen maybe, and it don't look white. But I sprayed just the teal, and then I sprinkled both the teal and the gold on my layout. And then I'm going to go pull all the words off. And as you can see there, when I pulled that one off, you can still see the words because of the spray. And of course, the ones that got a little more spray, you can see a little bit better than the ones that I just got a small amount of spray. And I'm going to lay that to the side so it can dry a little bit. And I'm going to try to do my layering on my mat, but it kept sliding around. And I determined I don't care much for doing my layering on the mat. But right there you see me getting the glue off, and that's because if you look at my glue runner, it ran out and I had to refill it, but I cut that out so y'all wouldn't have to watch it, because I'm sure y'all know how to refill. And I got the picture on just a little bit crooked, and the paper I used for the matting of the picture had little sunbursts all over it, and that yellow matches the yellow just really good in the picture. And then the other colors I thought went pretty good with the picture too, and also with the background paper. But yeah, here I'm trying to decide how to layer them, and not having much trouble, because if I touch it at all, the paper slides. And that's a die cut from the Maggie Holmes collection. I'm not sure which collection. I had the package earlier, well, yesterday when I did this, but I'd have to go in the other room to see what it is. And I think I better just keep recording. Yeah. I have recorded this, I don't know how many times I went to take my mic off the table, and it caught on something and went flying across the room. So I guess I broke it. It records, but it made a lot of racket. So then I tried using the mic on my laptop, and it had background noise, and so that wasn't very good. So I thought, well, I've got one that I've used before, and hopefully it'll record good enough, but if there's problems, I am sorry. But I'm down to my last resort. But it's one that the kids use when they're playing games online and talking to whoever they're playing with. Both the boys play with their cousins, and they'll plan ahead and they'll all get on the same game and talk while they're playing, and this is the one they use and when they're here. But it works better than the others, because I did test it. But it does have some spots where it was like bleeping out. I think that's the connection somewhere or another, but I've tried to make sure everything's connected good. And hopefully I'll be able to upload this, because I think this is the last time I'm going to do it if it sounds halfway decent at all. And then order me a mic before my next layout. But yeah, there's my layering, and you can still see the words peeking out from behind there. And I'm really wanting to use that wood veneer, but I end up not using it because I couldn't decide how I wanted to use it. And I put all the words on there, and of course glue them down with a liquid glue. I think it's Aleene's, well, I know it's Aleene's tacky glue. That's what I put them all down with. And I did cut that out too, so that you wouldn't have to actually watch me glue all of them, but they end up back in the same places that I've got them right now. And originally I planned on, I don't know if I said that in this video or not, putting, the word down and spraying, and then putting the wood veneer just up to the left and kind of have a shadow. But I ended up not doing that because I plain forgot, getting old, yeah. And so, no, it didn't end up that way. Some of the words aren't even sitting by the words where I sprayed and put the shadow, as I was calling it. And I was going to put Kayla's name over to the left there, and I ended up putting love there. Because, as I was getting to work, and I'm thinking, I'll put this here, and just plain forgot. But yeah, that's Aleene's tacky glue, and I've got it in a different bottle. I can't remember where I got that bottle at, though. And here's the Dear Lizzie letters that I planned on using. Planned on using the gold and put Elephant Rocks, because that's where she's at. That's a place here in Missouri. And it's a beautiful nature walk. I mean, it is like gorgeous. But they also have these huge rocks, and kids usually end up climbing on them, and getting off the beaten track, But some of the rocks, when they when you look at them for some certain angles, look like giant elephants sleeping, and so that's where the name came out from, Elephant Rocks. But when I got to looking at it, I got to thinking, no, I think I'll put that on one of the other pictures of that day where she was there. And yeah, I'm actually using less is more. Can you believe that? I looked at this and decided not to put it on there. It probably won't last, but today, this moment, yeah, I did less is more. Unreal. And these are the lawn fawn die cuts. Of course, I use the wood veneer, and I'm also trying to figure out where to use those flare, but I don't end up using them because I put that camera there. Then I got to thinking, I've got a wood veneer camera, and this is a wood veneer challenge, and I really liked the wood veneer there when I got done anyway. So I got it out of my stash. It wasn't with the other wood veneers that I had earlier because I didn't even think about using it, but I put that on there. And I think enamel dots is all I got left to put on this layout, and then I'll be done. The enamel dots that I used were from Basic Gray, and when I first started laying them down, I didn't realize there were 4 sizes, so I used the largest one first, and in that first little grouping, and then I got to looking at it and thinking I didn't want one that big, so I put it back and got a smaller one because I seen there is 4 sizes. And I used one of the bigger ones over on one of the other little groupings of 3. And I usually use my pokey tool, as they call it, or piercer, or whatever. And but it's in the other room because I am working on an album for my sister's birthday, and it's mostly pocket pages because we took so many pictures. On her bucket list was to go to Savannah, Georgia. And we walked around, looked at a lot of beautiful, beautiful places, and took a lot of pictures. And so, since you can get a lot more on the page with the pocket page, that's what I was using for most of them. I did do layouts, but not near as many as I did pocket pages. But as you can see here, the wood veneer cuts great. And like I said, these are low-profile dies, and they still cut great, and so I really liked them. So I will be using them again. And I was thinking that maybe I could do like a tag or something, cut it out, and either stamp it, or maybe even try wood burning it, because I do have a wood burning thing that I purchased probably 10 years ago and still have not used. Yeah, I just haven't had the wood to use. But yeah, I've thought about using it over the years and haven't. So maybe I ought to dig it out. Heavens knows where it's at, though. And I got it on the clearance rack, too. I think I only paid like $5 for it. But yeah, I think it'll work really good if it don't burn too deep, because this is very thin wood veneer. But that's my layout, and I want to thank Jennifer and Megan both for doing the challenge with me. And we're going to have some more, too. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you that are watching and all of you leaving comments below. Thanks. Bye.